welcome to Community Conversations. I'm your host, KK Conachero. The accomplishments of the Fremont Unified School District students in the classroom are already well known throughout the community and beyond. But there's also a special group of students attracting global attention for what they're achieving away from school. The Mission San Jose Elementary School chess team is made up of students from kindergarten through 6th grade and has checkmated its way from state to national to now international championships. With us to discuss the team and all its successes is the coach, Joe Lonesdale, as well as two team members of the team third graders, right?
Yeah.
Okay. And why don't you introduce yourself?
Hello, my name is Rishita Sarla and I love playing chess.
Okay.
My name is Kevin Pan, and yes, I also love playing chess.
Glad to have you. And of course, our favorite co-host, Dr. Jim Morris. Thank you so much for being here. Now, I had to ask, because this is the first I've ever heard of this chess team in elementary. So when did this start? How did it start? What's the history?
In 1990, my oldest son, who is now 33, was brought to the state championship by some other coach, and he and his friend competed. And they did very well. And the next year, we formed a club at the school. Myself and his dad, Steve Simler, started the chess club in 1990 in Mission San Jose Elementary. And I was running it as a hobby. I had 3 sons that went through the school. And when they graduated, I just kept kind of doing it as a hobby. And it's a real joy now. And I've since retired. And so now I put a lot more energy into it. But the great thing is the parents just put so much energy, are eager to bring the kids to the nationals, and the kids work really hard, and it's very rewarding. I mean, seeing these kids get so good and get so much joy out of an activity like chess is a very rewarding thing.
Now, what are the qualifications to join your club? Do I have to know chess prior to this? Do I have to have a certain grade level? How does this work?
Well, we made a big effort this year to recruit as many kindergarten players as possible.
Wow.
We have I think 50 kindergartners on the team. To get on the Monday night team, you have to know how to move all the pieces and play a reasonable game, not throw away free pieces and take free pieces when they're given to you. And if they can do that much for a kindergartner, they're on the team. And then they progress. We have a Monday night team. We have a Friday afternoon class, which anyone can come to.
Okay.
And those who do well in the class also end up being on the team. So anyone can come and join the class. To get on the team, you have to do pretty well and know how to move, but it's all very competitive. And the kids that do well end up going to London, representing the country.
How exciting. Now, have you seen any of these championship games?
I have not seen the championship games. I'm really curious. Did your son know did he learn to play chess from you, or how did you
My son actually at age 3.
Wow.
I had a friend who would come over about once a month. A friend would come and we'd play speed chess. And he was 3 and he was sitting there, he would stand there and watch the board. I would never dream of teaching a 3-year-old how to play chess. It sounds crazy. After my friend left, my son said, "Daddy, how come the horses, the knights, don't move straight like everything else?" And so he was watching. And
he picked up on it.
He picked up on it, and that evening I taught him how to move all the pieces, taught him how to checkmate with the queen and the rook, how to checkmate with the queen and the king, and then his mother said, "It's past his bedtime." But he ended up winning several state championships, and being good at chess these kids know they're smart. And smart children do what smart children do. They behave, they get good grades, they make their parents proud of them, and so it's really good for kids, and it's amazing. I got a kindergartner right now in the team, and unless you're a tournament chess player, he'll beat you. I mean, I'm obviously you're all bright adults. I'm sure you know how to move the pieces, but if I put you up against Jason Liu, who's about this tall, you wouldn't have a chance.
Now, how many students are in your classes right now? Is it big? Is it small?
Well, the Friday afternoon class, I have 130 kids. Now, I have 14 of graduates, high school and junior high school children. They're helping me. The Monday night thing, I was thinking we had 65, and I'd put that in the answers, and then I looked at, geez, we had 38 boards. That's a lot more than 65 kids. So there's like 70 or 80 children that come to that. But
and
again,
are they all from your school, or can they be from American? Can they be from Breyer?
to play for the team in the championships, they have to go to the same school. That's how chess is set up. But there are, like, was a very nice student who went to Gomes, and his mother said, "Can he come to the classes?" And he's a good player. He's well behaved. So yes, he came through at Monday night. Jeffrey Way, you know Jeffrey.
Yeah.
He's now one of my teachers. He went to Hopkins, and we're Mission San Jose all feeds into Hopkins. He helped Hopkins finish in the top 2 or 3 in the junior high national championships. And
Nice.
now he's on to another high school, but he's still teaching in the Friday class, and he's doing his volunteer work helping the Monday team.
Nice, nice.
So it's a community.
That's great. Now, how long have you been playing chess?
I played chess since I was from kindergarten.
Kindergarten. Wow, that's a long time.
And what got you interested? Was it somebody in your family or just the other students?
Yeah, what happened is that my dad used to teach my sister, and my sister wasn't really that interested. And I saw them play, and then in my preschool Genius Kids, I started to learn that how to move the pieces for my friends and everything. And soon they taught me how to play chess. But I just used to play it as a hobby. But then soon after Coach Joe introduced me into the tournaments and then taught me how to play as a profession, I started to play more.
That's great. How long have you been playing?
I also played from kindergarten.
Wow, we got seasoned players here.
And how did you get interested?
Well, my brother first went to the team, and Joe asked my brother if he had a brother, and then he told my brother to bring him to tryouts, and yeah, that's how I got started from chess.
That's great.
Kevin is one of my real successes because I somehow knew that Chris, who was just a good player, not one of my stars, but his big brother Chris, he had a younger brother. I think it was before you were actually in kindergarten.
Oh yeah, before
And
kindergarten.
so teach him, and the next year he'll be in the chess team as a kindergarten player. And Chris did. He taught him. Kevin got on the team, started climbing up the ladder. And Chris, who was doing okay, a good player, he kept climbing up the ladder to keep ahead of Kevin. And the only way to stay ahead of Kevin, Chris's rating is now higher than my rating.
Wow.
He's rated 2,100. And
congratulations.
He had to do that to stay ahead of Kevin, who's rated over 1,800 now, which would be a good college player.
Now, explain to me, how do chess tournaments work? Do you take a busload of your students to a different school, or is there
It's really
neutral
nice.
spot?
It works. The normal state meet, it's very much like a cross-country meet, if you will.
Okay.
And you can mentor as many students as you want, and there's sections. Like these guys will be playing in the K-6 championship section, which is really 4th, 5th, and 6th graders.
Okay.
And they don't pair you against anyone from the same school. But
Makes sense.
if you win your first match, you're playing someone who also won the second match. After 3 rounds, there's some people 3-0, they're playing each other. The 2-1s are playing each other. The 1 and 2s are playing each other.
Okay.
And the team score is a score of the top 4 players from your school.
Wow.
So it's wonderful for being a coach. I mean, if you're coaching baseball or soccer, you got to pitch a goalie, you got to pick a pitcher, and you just throw them all in there, and the cream rises to the top, and no one complains about who's playing what position or anything.
Yeah.
So a chess tournament is the best thing in the world to coach.
Now, when you guys go to a tournament, is it nerve-wracking? How do you focus? How do you do that? Because everyone's watching you.
Yeah, whenever we go to tournaments, we're very excited, and the thing is that it's not like after if you lose a game, it's not like you die. It's like you have to have sportsmanship and everything.
Yes.
Yeah.
Even you win or lose, doesn't matter. You can still learn from it.
Oh, good. I love that. Same thing with you?
Yeah, and we play in a closed room so we can have focus. There's no noise usually.
But that sounds like some good values that you've learned from your coach and your parents, right? This is about having fun at the end of the day, and you're right, it's about learning something and doing better the next time. That's pretty awesome. I think that's good coaching and good parenting.
Yeah, it's a real key is that everyone's going to lose in chess.
Yeah.
And if this person beats you, you respect yourself, so you respect them. You say, good game, and you take it back to your coach and you go over it. But you win on your own or you lose on your own.
Yeah.
And the team does well, and the team has been winning very consistently lately.
Now, do you guys play year-round, or is there a season for this?
Well, there's a state meet The weekend is December 5th and 6th.
Okay.
There's a state championship, this one happens to be by grade. So there'll be a kindergarten championship, a grade 1, all the way through grade 12, although not many high school students go to that. And we'll bring a lot of players to that. And this is the state of Northern California. It's a little more reasonable because that way, like most places do that. And later on in the spring, there's the other state meet, which is kindergarten, K through 3, K through 5, and K through 6. So there's like 4 sections.
Okay.
And we go and we enter people in those sections. And that's,
Okay.
there's
Now, once you realize you won the state and national titles, how excited is it for you to travel to a different country and represent Fremont? Is that exciting?
Yeah,
Yeah,
very exciting. We
And
feel
is it true you're going to London?
we went
Last
on the
year.
summer.
Oh, that was last year. Wow. And what time did they go in the summer for that?
Yeah, that was really tough on me because I have a wife and a daughter. My first wife passed away, and I'd say, like, we'll go to London. And I'm pretty sure the kids are going to win. And then at the same time the team was in London, there was a 95th birthday party in my family and a 65th wedding anniversary. And so I made a teaching thing for the kids. I mean, I would love to be to London. I can certainly afford it but family comes first.
Yeah.
I stayed home and was with my family.
Yeah.
And I was on the phone.
Now, is the international games always in London, or does it?
This is something that just popped up out of the clear blue
Oh,
sky
wow.
last year. Kevin's mother came to me and said, there's a tournament team championship and the winners get a trip to London. And I'm thinking, yeah, right. But I looked at, okay. And I was so busy. I was doing lots of other things, including chess. And I said, Wei, if you can run it, I'll pick the team. Because this was different. There's a 5-player team. You get to pick a first board, second board, third board. So it's more like a baseball game. You got to pick 5 positions. And these guys, of course, were in the top 5. And we entered that. And the great thing about it, it showed you how fair almost all chess players and chess coaches are. Because my iPhone can beat 99% of scholastic chess players. So this tournament was online. You played on the internet. So they could have been there playing against an iPhone. And it came down to the final 4 teams, and it was us and 3 teams from New York City, and we knew all 3 of those teams, and they had all won national championships in the last few years, so we know, hey, these guys are legitimate, and it's going to be one of the 4 of us. And it was
great.
That was the first year we did it, and I think they're doing it again. They're doing it again this year. Haven't heard for sure there's another trip to London involved.
Okay.
But hopefully there is, and hopefully I'll go with them this year.
Yeah. Now, did you guys get to see a lot of London, or you were just in the tournament the whole entire time?
We saw a lot of London.
Oh, good.
It's like the first day, we arrived there, and then we meet all the other teams, and then the second day we have a tour.
We saw Big Ben and
Did you?
other famous
How
areas in
exciting.
London.
And then the next day, that was Wednesday, we had the actual tournament. And then Thursday, everyone was going to leave, but our team actually wanted to stay there and look at a few other sites there.
Nice.
We wanted to have another tour, just
Yeah.
personally and everything. And we saw Stonehenge and things like that, and yeah.
That's cool, huh? Yeah. So did you get to make a lot of new friends?
Yeah, from the other countries. We handed
How
out
fun is that?
very fun. We handed out books whenever we played rounds to our opponents.
Oh, that's nice.
That's great. That's great.
Any kind of book, or was there a special book?
Like chess book.
Chess
Oh,
book,
of
of
course.
course. All right.
All right, so I'm going to ask you a question. There's a right and a wrong answer to this question.
Uh-oh.
All right? There's a right and a wrong answer, but I know it's going to be an easy one for you. So are you more proud of your skills at playing chess or of your skills at good sportsmanship?
Ooh.
I'm proud of both.
That's a good answer. That's an awesome answer. Because if you said you took a gift and you took a gift to the player you were playing against, that's such a strong demonstration of good sportsmanship. But you're right, you won at the same time. That's
Absolutely.
pretty skilled.
So what are your favorite things that you've learned from playing chess? Is it sportsmanship? Is it team building? Is
Like
it
there's many things I learned. Calculation, focusing in long time periods, strategic thinking. There's like lots of things that help. It has a strong connection to math too.
Yeah, it does.
Like chess, like you learn about teamwork, like how to be as a team and like win championships, and also patience, because you have to sit there like for a long time, right? So you learn about patience also, and like how to like use your imagination to calculate moves forward. Everything that stretches your mind. Like it helps you in school subjects also, because then if it's something like some math problem, you could just imagine in your brain, and then since in chess you stretch your brain also, also in maths you can also stretch your brain and slowly understand the problem also. So
Nice. Did that surprise you when you figured this all out, that this is how much you're learning from being on a chess team? Did that surprise you? Or did you expect it?
I sort of expected it, because it was like, if you see the top players in the whole world, they also do all this stuff they learn like from it and everything.
Right.
But I was also kind of surprised, because like I didn't expect that I would like easily be able to like succeed in my school grades very easily without even preparing for tests and things like that.
Good for you. You guys are awesome. You knew that? How many kids were able to go to the tournament in London?
It was 5. It was a 5-player team.
Just a
You had
5.
to pick,
Okay.
and they flew 5 kids and 5 parents. Now a lot of parents took younger siblings and spouses.
Yes.
I was planning on taking my
Yeah.
wife and my daughter, but the timing didn't work.
Yeah.
But I think it was a 13, 14 total, 15 or 16 people total from our school that went there.
It was 3 teams, I think. Oh,
No,
you
I
mean
meant-
just going to London.
Like you both your parents came, and any of your siblings came, or just you and your dad?
It was just me and my mom.
Okay, so you and your mom. Okay, but I know some families.
How do you go about, I was most impressed, one of the things you said about the number of junior high school and high school students who come back to help out and to mentor and teach the younger ones. How do you build that culture? How did that happen?
Well, these kids have won state championships as a team. And one thing that Principal Graves did, if you look up on the wall in the multipurpose room, there's banners. Northern California State Championship, K-6, 1999, 2000, 2001, and most of the years. And they're part of a winning team. And I need people to help in the Friday class. I mean, there's 140 kids.
Yeah.
And fortunately, they're very well behaved kids.
Yeah.
But these kids want to be part of it. Now I can
That's
actually
great.
pay them something for the Friday class, because they're, the students are paying for it. But it's funny, I was telling one of the kids that I wanted him to teach this year as a 7th grader, and he was so excited. And my wife knows his mother, and then when she told him, when he found out he was actually going to be paid for it, he was totally flabbergasted. He was just eager to be a teacher.
Yeah.
He wanted to be part of it. So it builds a teammate and a camaraderie, and it's great. When they get to be a 7th graders, they're looking down at the younger kids, and they want them to continue.
Yeah.
And so it's a winning tradition now.
Now, I'm assuming, or is it safe to assume, that if any child out there is watching and belongs to your elementary school, do they sign up in September and carry the whole year, or can they sign up in the summertime?
Actually,
or-
the class thing, there's one that starts in September,
Okay.
and another one starts in January.
Nice.
And so there's in that way, there's 2 sessions, and most children do both, and most of the stars do both Friday class and Monday night. Just twice a week is what they need. But yeah, other children can join until the room gets full. At 144, the room is full.
The room is full.
Unless Jim's planning on giving us a bigger multi-purpose room.
Are you? Okay.
They got the best one in town already.
It's a great,
there you go.
it's a wonderful room. I
There you
love
go.
it. I was in that little tiny one, which is offices now.
Well, thank you so much for being on the show. You guys, congratulations. We're so proud of you representing Fremont like that. That's awesome. And I wish you the best in more tournaments, okay? Keep doing this, right?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. From everyone here at Community Conversations, we appreciate you watching. We'll see you next time. Thank you.